Hi everyone, yeah, so I was going to do this video sort of standing up, but my tripod's broken, so I'm going to do it sitting down instead. But no, what I wanted to talk about was, I was in Reading the other day, sort of by Primark, sort of by the Oracle Centre, and these people were talking about socialism, socialist appeal. They were talking about, climate change and the environment, and, how we need to defend ourselves against like something about Marxism or something. And, it was talking about, climate change and everything. And I obviously immediately put forward veganism. Is that linking to it at all? I always like to link in and see where they're going with it. So no, it doesn't link in. Because then eventually what they were saying was we need to do something. What was it? Yeah, we need to put individual needs to one side and focus on politics. That's what they were saying. We need to put individual needs to one side, focus on politics, focus on the world that might not be a future planet or something. I'm saying that's fair enough, but would you be saying that if the victim was a dog or the victim was a human? Would you be saying the same thing? And they said, they said animals don't have consciousness. They're not level with humans. But like I said, it doesn't matter the victim. So if these animals that we were killing to the mass of 3 trillion a year, billion chickens a year, and I know it doesn't really relate with what they're talking about, but it sort of does. They're talking about socialist appeal. Trying to defend our liberation, put politics first, there won't be a future planet, but then we're killing all these animals every year. So I wanted to put for the billion chickens that get killed every year in the UK for our gluttony. A lot of them 40 days old, which I find atrocious. And does it matter the victim? So does it matter if they go moo bah, but then if they go woof woof, then they're safe and are loving at home? That's the thing. It's the hypocrisy. And once again, I wanted to not even talk about that, but I wanted to say, in World War II with the Jews and everything, and Auschwitz and whatever, and all these concentration camps, were they saying, what, climate change is a bad thing? We've got to stop doing this because of climate change. We've got to stop doing this because of the environment. No, they weren't saying that in World War II. They wanted the Jews. The Jews were human beings, and they were getting killed. I think 6 million of them were killed, which is ridiculous because there's no comparable to the animal. What are we doing to animals? And like I said, I find it interesting because the guy said he wasn't vegan and he didn't see animals level with humans. And once again, I feel like it's massive hypocrisy. Not only that, but the amount of environmental damage that animal agriculture causes. Land use, water use, Amazon deforestation, the amount it takes to produce 1 kilo of beef to save, water use and all that. Amazon corrosions, ozone layer and everything. All this is to do with, methane emissions. All this to do with animal agriculture. So they were hypocrisy of, socialist capitalist appeal, and not even relating it to veganism at all. And how can we do this to innocent animals? But there wasn't even. I know you mean it's sort of separate organisation, but it's sort of similar because when you boil it down to it, why doesn't it include veganism, considering the environmental damage and stuff, and the moral side of it as well? And they were saying put individual differences to one side and focus on politics. Animals don't have a consciousness. Animals aren't the same. They don't know. It's absurd because animals are the same in all the ways that matter. And so I thought it was massive hypocrisy on their side for not mentioning veganism and considering the environmental damage it causes. And even the moral side of it, once again, if the victim were human beings, if it were dogs, we wouldn't be saying, oh god, climate change is bad, we need to stop this. Oh, the environment, we need to stop this. Oh, these don't have a consciousness. But we wouldn't be saying that if it was dogs. We wouldn't be saying that dogs don't have a consciousness, or if it was human beings, obviously. So it's just hypocrisy in what this socialist appeal Marxism was talking about. And I know it doesn't exactly relate, but I always like to put veganism into debates like this. I want to see, because veganism sort of, I feel like it almost relates to most things. So when they're talking about this sort of charity or stopping this or to help the planet this way, I'm thinking, what about helping the planet without killing innocent animals that don't want to die to the mass of 3 trillion a year, to the mass of 1 billion chickens every year for the UK industry only? What is going on? So I always had to put it forward, and I find it's quite interesting. There's probably a few things I'm missing out actually, but basically the certain species of animals, speciesism, aren't seen as level with humans, so they weren't mentioning it. A lot of the arguments for individual needs first, or animals don't have a consciousness, they're only saying this for certain species of animals. If they were dogs, they wouldn't be saying it. If they were humans, they wouldn't be saying it. And it's the same thing that happened with the Jews and everything. They were seen as indifferent because of their religion, and we're seeing certain species of animals, i.e. cows, pigs, sheep, chickens, fish, indifferent to say cats or dogs that were akin to the people that weren't persecuted in World War II. We're seeing them as indifferent and needs to change, and they should have mentioned this because not only that, but the environmental damage that animal agriculture causes, it can't be ignored. And so I'm really surprised they weren't saying it. Like I said, this is my view, that's their view. We live different lives, but the animals haven't got a choice. So yeah, we need to put them first.